Let's look at smoke. Let's just look at his down pokes now. So, looking at his range and looking at his startup speed, what am I looking at? I'm looking at startup and block advantage, -8. Wow, I didn't know that. So he can be punished. Already you got to test that. Let's go practice type. Is there an easy way that I can start controlling him? What if I click the R stick and the L stick? I think this is something they should add like Street Fighter, where I can just do a quick practice settings. Like, how am I supposed to go into opponent type, recording? I'm just supposed to assume if I record him doing this and then blocking. And if I block, I should be able to hit him. It doesn't say punish. It doesn't say punish. Already you got to test stuff. Reversal. That was an accident. Is this already a mistake? Startup speed 7, block advantage -8. But is it a punish? Wow, this is going somewhere fast. Alright, interesting. How do you clear it? Save and close. Record. Cancel changes. Defaults. I don't want to do that. Playback trigger auto. Reset playback off. Custom dummy. Maybe you have to set it there. Oh, you set it to start recording, maybe. Recording 1. Get up reversal. Opponent type. Save changes. Alright, I'm new to Mortal Kombat 9. What is this Mortal Kombat 1 training mode? Wow, we're really getting somewhere. So startup is 7. Does that mean that it becomes active on the... Now, wait a minute. Do they list frame data this way? Where maybe they list frame data this way. Where it becomes active. So it's actually... Startup is 7 and it becomes active on the 8th frame. And it's active for 1 frame. So this is actually an 8th frame move. And when it puts it at -8, it's actually fucking safe. Is that what we're dealing with here? Startup is 7 and it's active on the 8th frame, so it's really an 8th frame move? Is that what we're dealing with here? Alright. And then hit advantage is 12, cancel advantage. I forget how cancel advantage is calculated. I forget how cancel advantage is calculated. 10, 17, 24. I think that you cancel from, I think you cancel from maybe either the recovery animation or total animation into the special. Cancel advantage 29. You have 29 frames to cancel it. And it cuts down on maybe your normal attacks. Recovery. So then basically, if this recovers in 21 frames, let's see. This recovers in 23 frames. It has 29 frames of cancel advantage, so it starts a special 6 frames sooner. Maybe. This is important in MK9 because of, like, ways you could cancel from strings into specials. I'm trying to remember. You could cancel from strings into specials, and I think it affected, because I played Sub-Zero and it was important for the clone, it affected judging the recovery like into clone on block and the opponent being in block stun from like a different string into a clone. I guess it doesn't matter. We'll never know. You'll have to test individual setups. It's a NetherRealm game. We're not promising a Capcom level of a balancing act. So anyway, I like the way he moves, to be honest with you. What do I look at in a character first? Their walk speed. Their walk is certainly nice. So I got to assume that it's 8 frames. It's an 8 frame move. It starts in 7 and it's active on the 8th frame. That's why block advantage at 8 means I can't punish it because it's fucking neutral. All right, 12. What about this? 10. So really, I got to train myself to think it's an 11 frame move. And what's the hit advantage? 12. And then block, it's -9. And then what's his down for? Oh my god. What's his down for? 11. So we have what? 8, 11. Is this still 10 or is this 11? That's 11 as well. -6. Alright. His down 4 is going to recover faster than his down 3. That's a little weird. Look how slow it is. And then his down 2. So far we've got what? 8 frame crouch moves. And then 9. So 8, 9. How do you want to think about this? Because this is not a 7 frame move, it's an 8 frame move. It starts in 7 frames, but is active on the 8th frame. You would call that an 8 frame move. Because this is, down 1 is -8 on block, which means an 8 frame move would tie, and you'd be at neutral, and you'd be able to block. That's why you can't punish down 1 on block with a fucking down 1. Because it's not an 8 frame move. Netherrealm. So 8, 9, that's going to be a pain in the fucking ass. What is this on block? 4. Alright, 4 frames. Let's look at his strings. And the music cancels when I go into pause. What do I want? Movelist, basic commands, all of his 1s. So then you want to look at what? You want to look at what standing normals does he have? He has a stand 1 and he has a forward 1. So what strings do I have off my stand 1? Basically 1 1 1 4. All right, so high mid. Man, even the canceling certain characters' strings into themselves is weird. You can't do that. Maybe not on block. Look at me mashing it. So you have to really dial it in. Can you just do 3? That's what I'm trying to do. I don't know that you can just do the 3rd hit. I think you have to do the first 2 in the string, and then you have to commit to an additional 1 4 to do 1 1 1 4. So I think you can only do it 1, 2, or 4 hits, no 3. So what is that? Again, and this is going to be confusing because everybody is going to say, oh, it's a 7 frame move, it's a 7 frame move. Really is it? Really is it? And this is a high. So let's see. Let's record this guy. Let's record this guy. I said yes. We'll do and a block high. Look at that, he blocks it. And I stand up and he whiffs. Because he's crouching, look at this. Look at that, and it still whiffs anyway. So. Oh my god. So. They call it a 7 frame. I've heard everybody. This is how stupid NRS players are. I've heard everybody saying. Oh, everybody has a 7 frame jab. Oh yeah, 7 frame stand jab and crouch jab. Oh yeah, if it's 7 fucking frames. If it's 7 frames, how come it can't punish itself when it's fucking -8? If stand jab fucking whiffs high, even against a fucking standing opponent on hit, against a crouched opponent, they're at -8. Where's the punish? If it's a 7 frame jab, where's the punish? fucking dumbasses, because that's how NRS is. The startup frames are the startup speed, but then the active frame, the first active frame, is really how fast the fucking move is. Look at Street Fighter, right? It'll show in the bar. 5 frames of startup, and then how many frames on the active. Oh, okay, the 6th frame is what becomes the most active frame. That's how fast it is. It's a 6-frame move. The frame on which it becomes active is the fucking frame of the move, you dumbass. Not how much startup it has. It's a fucking... So, unless he's real shit and has a fucking 8-frame jab that can't even punish his own down 1 on block, that's who we're dealing with here, Smoke. So we have 1-1. It's a true combo. What about even on hit? Yeah, okay, so true combo on hit, you have to do 4 hits. You have to commit to the 4th hit. You can do 1, 1, 1, so the first 2 hits, or you got to dial it all in on hit. All right. And you can't really hit confirm it. Sort of. But notice I can't get just 3 hits in. Even on hit, I can't do 1, 1, 1, just for 3. So then, what is it all going to be on block? Boy, this training mode. Oh boy, this training mode. Do I care about it being... Do I care about hit advantage? Not really, but I do care about whether it's a true combo. So let's just see stand 1. -2, not bad. Again, what's the second hit? -5, still not bad. So what are we looking at here? We're looking... I've heard that you want to look away for 6, 7, 8 frame punishes. Supposedly there are 7-frame moves, but like we just described, NRS players are dumb. They don't understand what that means. So then we'll do 1, 1, 1, 4. Block -9, so that should be... So then let's see if I can punish... Obviously, if it's -9 and I have an 8-frame move, I can punish that. It's triple mid and a low. Alright, good enough. Movelist. Anything else off that? Now we get his forward 1. Forward 1, 2. Let's see that. I mean, so far, like Smoke, I don't know, but I don't know if his data is really good. This is why it's important to have the data on the screen from the very beginning. The data is going to show... Did I see pop-up? Did I see something pop up in this fucking rock right here? This is why the data is going to be important. Because you're going to need to know the measurements of your character versus everybody else's. It's important to look at the data from the very beginning to know that if he's got an 8-frame jab and he's trash compared to everybody else, if they truly have 7-frame jabs, that's a big comparative factor. So we have forward 1. It's high, but it's forward advancing. -2. I like that. All right, so I like his high. It's an 11-frame high. I don't know about that. Even his down 3 would stick in there. So we have forward 1. Forward 1, 2. +2. And is that that's a mid. Alright, so you can pressure them forward 1, 2. I don't mind that. And then... What are his, forward 1, 2. You could do 2, 4 or throw. It's just a animation throw. It's not a legitimate throw. Alright, forward, 1, 2 throw, not bad. And then you could throw him backward. That's kind of a nice idea if you want to combo. You could probably end combos. Oh, I don't know how to pop them up. Let's see if I can find a pop-up move. Damn, if you could juggle him, like if I could find a way to juggle him, you could do maybe end it in 1, 2 throw and then capture them, like maybe you could capture them in a juggle state still in that throw and toss them away. And then what was the other one? Forward 1, 2, 4. Let's see. Forward 1, 2, 2, 4, I think. Yeah. So he has these strings that are like doubling up into 4-hit strings. Is that a real hit? Forward 1, 2, 2, 4. That also ends in a low. So these are true combos on hit. He can't do 3 hits again. -6. That's safe. So these lows are safe. Do this. -9. So this. Wait a minute. So this forward 1 string is a little bit better. If forward advances, I like that. So you could tag like forward 1 2. Wow, that reaches far. Smack with it. And then just, you could basically dial in the first 2 and then try and confirm the next 2. So like forward 1 2, 2 4. And be looking for it. Yeah, you can't really hit confirm it. You kind of have to, a lot of stuff in this game, because it needs to be canceled, you need to like preemptively plan, okay, I'm probably going to just dial this shit in. But I like that, a safe low string. Safe low. -6. Okay, I like that. What else does he have? His down 1 we saw. So then his 2 strings. Let's see. 2 1 2. Let's see if the full string. Let's see if the full string is Let's see if the full string is a real combo. It looks like it. 2 1. Let's make him block. So his stand 2's 12. I'm gonna assume that, like I said, I'm gonna assume that this is 12. -2 though. Okay, so he's got some slower highs that are very, very safe. They combo into mid strings. -8. It would still put him at neutral against himself. 2 1, it's a mid. -8. The block advantage is going to be more important than the startup. What else does he have? Just stand 1 1 1 and forward 1 2. So compared to how fast everything else is, stand 1 is 8, forward 1 is 11. That's so confusing to have to look at. And stand 2 is 12. 2 1. Let's see what 2 1 2 is. -5. Is that still an overhead? That's just second mid. But on hit it turns into this. On hit it turns into an overhead hit that teleports and knocks the other side. Weird. I don't know if you'd always want to change sides with that. And then he has a back 2. So he just has a raw overhead. I like that. -5, it's safe. Oh boy. Oh boy. Safe overhead. Boy, do I like that. And then back 2 3. Now, do you have to just try it, or do you have to dial it in? You have to commit to the low afterward. All right, let's see how safe this is. The low is -15. Maybe it'd be worth taking the overhead. Oh, but he can probably use cameos to combo off it, or unless he can cancel himself. Because I was going to say maybe you want to take the low, but the low is unsafe. Everybody should just be doing the overhead. What does the low do on hit? The low knocks down. I mean, unless he can. I mean, I know one special. Oh boy, in the corner. So he can special cancel both parts of this. That's a combo already. Let's see if I can burn it. What about my? Because I want to try and end in that throw. All right, so for some of these, like 2 1, forward 1 2, they're relatively safe. 2 1 2, back 2. So 2 1 2, I like that. Back 2, I like that. I mean, I would just be doing this overhead all the time. I mean, his sweep is safe, pretty good. His down 3 is terrible. Yeah, his down 3 is punishable. I don't know. So the only thing about a down... So let's say this move is -9, right? And that's technically combo punishable. You're going to have to punish it with you're going to have to punish it with like a mid or a low. You're going to have to punish it with a mid or a low because he's going to be crouching still. Let's see if that's true. Let's see if that's true. Opponent type dummy. Record. Opponent type. Record. And then he's going to block crouching. Now look at this. Punish. Boy, that's tough. Punish. Look, it'll miss. I don't have any mids right off the rip. Even that's a high. That's not fast enough. Alright. Opponent type, custom dummy. So you see, even though you have even though he's at -9, you're still gonna have to reliably use like a mid or a low just to punish that. Because my 7th frame high jab whiffs because he's in a low state. So what else do we have? We have his back 2, his move list. Back 2, 3. Back 2, 3, 4. Let's make him block. Kind of like his blue form too. He doesn't seem to want to do it on block. Alright, I'm gonna assume he can't do it on block. His move list. So I like forward 1-2 and I like 2-1. Those strings, even though they're high, they have good range, forward momentum, and they end safe, -5. I like that. Not a big deal at all. Just even like poking with his forward 1. I would dial in 2-1 all day. I would dial in 2-1 all day. That's the one that's 2 is -2, and then 2-1-2. Oh, and then you got to learn, is there a gap? Here's the other thing too. So how do you know if there is a gap in a block string? Is it because maybe something that's not a true combo on hit presents a gap to armor through? Let's see if that has a gap. 2-1-2. Let's see if that has a gap. How would I do that? I would record him. I would record him going. Reversal. So I did try and do something. Look, reversal. I just tried to start a special. I don't know what his specials are. I'll try even flawless block. I'm letting off. Can I jump? I let off on the second hit. Let's try it again. You see I'm jumping, so there's a gap there. I wonder how you could, like, assume. Boy, this game is going to get more complicated than people know. This game's going to get more complicated than people know. Let's just continue looking at the move list. I'm mentioning a lot of things already. The proper way to interpret frame data. The proper way to punish moves, not just due to frames, but due to hit level. The nature of strings not being true combos on hit. The nature of strings having gaps that you can use to frame gaps between attacks inside strings that you can use to start various things like a movement option or an armor move. These are all very important things. Yeah, and this is never mind flawless blocking. A lot of people are going to try and start flawless blocking later in strings just to avoid chip damage, but it could also present a frame opportunity. So then maybe let me go over his move list and then I'll check some stuff. Smoke so far seems cool. I don't know how good his moves are. I mean, everyone's going to have strings to use as like pressure and combos, but so the data is what's going to reveal how good some of these strings really are. But I like his movement. The movement so far, I want a character that walks very quickly, and I want a character where when I dial in their strings, they feel very loose and fluid. I don't want the characters like Katana, Melina, their attacks feel kind of stiff, but their movement's good, so I kind of want to... And these ninjas, their attacks feel kind of heavy and bulky, so kind of on a quest to see who I want to play. I did 2, 3, 4 seems to only end on hit. Down 2, not that exciting. Stand 3. So that's automatically a double hit. 13 move. -6. Okay, you could use. I like that. -6. You could use that as a You could use that as a what's it called? Just like a pressure string or an anti-air or in a combo. So you got stand 3-2. What is that? Again, -6. I like that. So let's do stand 3-2 on hit, and then see what was his throw. What was his throw? Forward 1-2 grab, and then you can grab him. So if you want to end the combo and toss him overboard, you could do. Let's try that. Stop blocking. And it already forward advances. That catches him pretty well. And you could throw him backward. And you see I'm really pressing him a lot, dialing him in. What else does he have? Oh, I went to his airs. So, 4-3-2-1. 4-3. Low. So this will go hand in hand with his back 2. His back 2 is an overhead, his 4-3 is a low. -5, safe low, I like that. 3-2, and that's an overhead. Interesting. How safe is that? -4? Oh wow, you should be doing this all the time. How fast is that? That was a special. Alright, well back 4-3 is a special. Well, we don't want that. We just want 4-3. So then you're gonna have to be careful about walking backwards, spacing, and then wanting to do walk forward 3. You might get an accidental back forward 3. In that instance, you'll want to put alternate controls on. A lot of these control schemes, it's like these are options to give yourself if you start getting accidental inputs. For a variety of reasons. In this case, if you're getting accidental, like back-forward movements, you might want to turn those alternate diagonal controls on, so you have to do a half circle. Because like if you're literally dashing backward and then want to do 4-3, or you're walking backward and want to do 4-3, you might get an accidental back 4-3 special. So 4-3, 4-3-2, both of which are safe. You should be doing this all the time. You could probably he could probably interrupt you there. That's +2. That's also another overhead. Is it true combo? Yeah. Okay, so then let's record him doing that and see if we can stick something in between him. Let's try that again. Opponent. I let off. Because that's an overhead, no kidding. Alright, counter. She breakered! What the fuck? I don't ever said to do that. Alright, you can interrupt that. What about this? Because it's a low. Because it's only -5. Okay, so you can really interrupt him. Alright, so he's going to do 4-3, 4-3-2. I like it. And it's special cancelable. Okay, I like that. So far he has some decent forward advancing moves. He's got some mid strings that'll at least guaranteed to tag them. And then he's got a really nice low overhead mix. Let's see. Soaring Assassin, down 3. He has multiple down 3s. Down 3, 4. It's still -9 though. I don't know about that. Why would you want to do 2 lows and give them twice the opportunity to poke back at you? And it's still -9. It's kind of weird. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And then just boring stand 4. It's a high. I don't know why they include these really big, stiff stand 4s. I guess they want them to be like anti-airs. And everything in this game you're going to have to consider. Could I make it safe with a cameo? Could I combo off of it with a cameo? Could I like combo off an anti-air hit with a cameo? So I guess you want to know like, and even stuff that's not special cancelable could probably be ambush cancelable. Because like Kano's got a shitload of ambush. Only his laser is his wow, that feels good too. Only his laser. Only his laser is a special cameo, whatever they call it. So standing 4, kind of dull, kind of boring. Maybe it's a good anti-air. You can combo off it. If I make him jump, opponent type, movement, jump. Not really. I don't know his specials yet. Let's see. One-on-one stand, move list. So he must have some other 4 moves. Probably a sweep. Back down and forward. I thought that I told you to stand. So forward 4 is this forward advancing. Alright, it's +8. I really like that. What is it on hit? It knocks down. It's 20. It really runs and swings. So that's a great way to get in and then just start shit up. Now look at that. Look at that. I did this. And then I did X and I got... Boy, that input delay is long. And with the control type, this input timing window, it's only for... I think it's only for special moves, not for strings. So I'm kind of playing around with medium and long. I don't really care right now. Some characters I prefer long. Maybe with my chosen character I'll prefer medium. If you're getting accidental stuff, there's reasons to adjust all of these things. If you're getting accidental specials in the middle of your strings, you should probably go to medium. It starts with the end of the string working backward. That's kind of like the input timing. So long as like you can dial in 1, 2, 3 special attack, it's fine. With medium, it'd be more like you could dial in. You can like dial in 1, 2, 3 and then wait, and then as the attack animation's playing out, like by the time the second attack starts animating or third attack starts hitting, that's when you can input your special. If you want to dial in the string and wait and input the special closer to the end of the animation, you can use like a medium timing. Me, having been an MK9 player, dealing with super input buffers and release check and all this shit, I like dialing in the string like 1, 2, 3 and then just fucking dialing it in. I like dialing in the special attack and just letting it rip. I know what I want to do, so I kind of don't mind the long timing. So what does he have? So forward 4. Forward 4 is a great way to get in. So far we've got back 2 is an overhead, forward 3 is a low. I kind of like forward 1, 2. I kind of like forward 1, 2. 2, 1, 2 is also not bad. What about that 1, 1? 1, 1 is kind of eh. I kind of don't like doing 1, 1, 1, 4. It ends in a low. Maybe that's a nice combo ender because the high mid mid will catch them juggling and end them in a knockdown. But you don't want a knockdown, you want a restand nowadays, so who knows. But I just feel like I like forward 1, 2 more. What is it? Forward 1, 2, 2, 4. They both end in lows, they're both safe. 1, 1, 1, 4 is just kind of weird. It pushes you back. It's -9, but it pushes you back. It pushes you back, so you're not really in range for much. Whereas, forward 1, 2, 2, 4 is -6, but you're definitely in range for a jab. Maybe I don't like 2, 1, 2. Maybe 2, 1, 2 is overrated. Yeah, maybe I don't like 2-1-2 because it's overrated, and we already tested that you can interrupt the you can interrupt that. And then what does he have? The grab. What was the one that was weird that I could interrupt? Maybe it was that grab. Maybe it's just stand 2-1-2. Why is it that on hit? Why is it that on hit? Why is it that on hit you can interrupt it, but on block you can't? Maybe on block you can. I want to try that now. Why is it still teleport? Look at that. Look at that. He's catching me with that third hit. The teleport comes out after the third hit connects. Because you can't really punish it. See? But on block you can challenge it. There's a gap. Weird. See what I'm saying? Maybe you have to respect it. But then if you get hit by it, that's so weird. Isn't that so weird? Bizarre. So smoke's a little bit weird. I like that. See, like, what the fuck was that? What the hell was that? I'm getting a lot of accidental back-forward moves. Just kind of walking around and pressing buttons with them. Back two. So I like back two and I like forward three. Look at that. Again, accidental move. Accidental back forward. Forward 3-2. With plenty of accidental back forwards. What did I look at? Everything is sweep. His sweep is -2. 12 frames -2. Okay, I like that. And he has this run. That's what I was getting all hung up on. I like this run because it's +8, so it's going to give you a guaranteed. Excuse me. It's going to give you a guaranteed jab. So a guaranteed stand one or crouch one. So then that's guaranteed. You could start a 1-1-1 string. On block, what's that? -5. You could give up your +2 for. Look at that shit string. 1-1-1-4. You could give it up for that. So he's got a lot of transitions between standing and crouching. And the thing is, why that's tricky is because of any type of special cancel that could start a combo, or any type of cameo conversion. Basically, anything can be a combo in this game. Likewise, anything might be not anything could not be a true block string, and you could potentially armor through any block string. So even these things that are technically strings on hit. What else? So he's got some good strings. Maybe that 2-1-2 I don't like, but everything else seems fine. It seems safe enough. -5, -6. If that's not punishable, that's fine. And they have a lot of overhead and low conversions. Is there anything else? So then, what do I look at next? Maybe I'll look at his air string. You want to do his air strings? 1-1-2. Should I make this guy jump? Let's make this guy jump. I guess I don't have to worry about. Block data for the air string. So 1-1-2. What's going to be important about air string is how it ends. Is it going to bounce them down in like a ground bounce? Is it going to knock them down hard? Is it going to special cancel? Oh, because I don't know what air specials he has. All right, so 1-1-2 knocks down. It's a hard knockdown. I like that. Is there a way to switch advanced view? Startup active, recovery, cancel, hit advantage, block, flawless block. That's another thing I want to test. Up block. So 112, 211. So 211 is the kind of the float string. I like that also. You can neutral jump and he'll still get some forward momentum. I saw people saying that combos don't work on player 2 side. Maybe if that's true and they're not just doing bad combos. And I don't mean their execution. I mean the combo properties are inconsistent, you know? You could need to be close enough to the opponent. You could need them to be a certain height. It could be that the flipping or rotating of their animation on hit or yours on attack doesn't collide correctly. It could be you need to be a certain jump height and certain angle. It needs to be, you need to execute the input with frame precision because there's variability. You can't just, you know, dial in a string and then cancel into a special and then pre-buffer the next string, you know? I like combos where it's like I can dial in the string, buffer the special, dial in the next string. I can dial it in, I can vary my speed and timing, but the execution's still there. The hit levels get corrected when the enemy's captured in my attack. So I don't want extreme variability. I don't want to practice some droppable combo. I think that's dumb. So you can just do stand 2 if you want to continue the juggle. Same with stand 1. So maybe his stand 1 string picks them up, and that's like a nicer... Compared to what? Compared to forward 1-2? I like forward 1-2 because it's got forward momentum. A lot of these drop. You could drop them twice. You could do multiple forward 1s. I like that concept. Wait for them to recover. Alright, multiple forward 1s. There's air strings. So jump 2, and then you could carry off that, or 2-1. Jump 2-1. So 1-1-2 knocks down. Jump 2-1 kind of carries. The jump kick. Pretty typical. So I think everybody's jump... individual characters jump 3 and jump 4 are the same, and jump 1 and 2 are different because of the strings. And then he has... oh, cool. He's got a multiple air kick. I like that. Then start out with jump 3, and then maybe you can transition it. What do I want to say? Stand, and then let's stand. So then I want to see let's also make him block everything. Auto all. So let's look at the advantage of jump attacks against the blocking opponent. So jump 1 is going to be 8. It's going to vary a bit for the punches. At the start of it, it's going to be 1 is in an 8. If it's deeper, okay, I can get 12. But as high as possible, as realistic as possible, it's an 8. 7, 6, if I cross up. So cross-up jumps probably make contact sooner and require you to land a little bit more. 5, okay. See, this crossover jump concept was popular in MK9 because the moves would autocorrect so well. But in this game, it doesn't seem that they really correct for you so well. What about 2? Because you can tell that characters jump 1 and jump 2 are different. Like, Smoke's jump 1 is a little more downward, and his jump 2 is a bit more forward. Like, look at this. Jump 1 will hit landing on him. So maybe one is better for an air string, and the other is better for or like one's better for an air string or an air-to-air. That's also something I don't see a lot of people doing in this game that they do in Street Fighter 6. You see people jump at you because they're like, I want to space this forward advancing attack. And you see the opponent jump forward and air-to-air them. So maybe in this game, some moves are better for jumping down on the opponent who's on the ground, and others are better for jumping in the air and doing air strings and like air-to-airing them. So like jump 1 comes down on them a hell of a lot easier than jump 2. Jump 2 might be better for the air string. I can barely get that to land on him. So as deep as I could do a jump 1, like I can get a jump 1 pretty easily to get 11. He's getting only 11 now. I wonder if also, what is this called? Flip stance? I wonder if your stance affects the model as well. It shouldn't, but come on, this is NRS. Of course it's going to. And so then what about this? Kicks are getting +8. So pretty much these air moves, you could say they're deep, it's going to be up to 12. Light, it's going to be 8. Maybe cross-up, it's only going to be 5 or 6. So okay, cross-up, what about a cross-up kick? Alright, so if you want to assume a cross-up is going to be 5, 6, 7, and then a neutral jump is going to be 8, 9, and then deep is going to be 10, 11, 12, at least that gives you a judgment to say, alright, if he jumps forward in on me, you know, or if he crossover jumps me, I might handle that differently than if he neutral jump me as I'm getting up or something. And also, it doesn't seem that punches and kicks really differ that much. It seems like cross-up you could get anywhere from 5 to 7, neutral could be 8 or 9, and then deep could be 10, 11, 12. That's at least going to give you an idea of saying, okay, if I want to try and challenge with something, like I have this supposed 8-frame stand jab, maybe I'll use that, or maybe I have, maybe I have an 8-frame down 1. Maybe I'll use that to challenge, a jumper punch, like to anti-air it. Never mind blocking it and then retaliating. Maybe I'll challenge it, like I'll try and anti-air him. But if he jumps in deep with a punch or a kick, you might be like, I better take the block, and then he's probably at like 8, 9, 10, never mind 11, 12. He's probably going to get a string off on me. Like, you might want to respect something that's done neutral, a neutral jump punch, or a deeper jump kick. You might want to respect that a bit more than just some random, like, far-flung jump-over punch. What else does he have? His specials. Let's look at his specials. Shadow Blade, down back 1. It says it's unblockable, but it only hits air opponents. That's kind of weird. And then Shadow Blade EX is also unblockable. Maybe I should do it. I gotta find a good way to do. Enhanced moves. Because I can't really pull them off consistently, and that's weird because the old way was you input the direction, then you press and hold block, and then you tap the button. But that's not going to work in this case because the button will not get read. So you have to press them both at once. I'm thinking I'm going to try and press the button first and then the block to at the very least get the special. I would rather get a normal special than a stand block. You have to hit them both at the same time, and I think you have to press and hold block. Don't try and press and release block. So it's like down back, square plus block, tap and release square, press and hold the fucking block. And I'll tell you, I 100% know I do not want release check on. I don't want any of these others on either, but I don't want to go over it right now. I should probably do a quick video explaining like what all of these settings do and when you need them. Like I said, you need to start tinkering with these options when you begin to get accidental things. So it's not like it's this benefit to you from the fucking get-go. Let's look at his specials, damn it. And then he has down back 2. Okay, that's his overhead. -14. Everybody says this is super fucking punishable. And I'm invisible now. That sucks. That would fuck me up so bad. I'll probably never play Smoke just because that would fuck me up so bad. Me playing Smoke, turning invisible would fuck me up. Vicious Vapors cancel. So we have this teleport again, super unsafe. And then you can press. Oh, you have to press back and block. So he has what, like Cabal Run? It costs a bar. Does that cost a bar? You have to be really far away. So let's see. What is his strings? 1-1. That's another thing too. Half the time his 1-1 string doesn't come out. Sometimes when you get these moves where it's the same button, needing to double tap the same button will whiff a string all day long. It happens with Molina. So that's interesting. So if I'm so close to him, I won't be able to cancel it. I'll have to be far away. You have to let it go through so many animations. Otherwise, you're going to wind up hitting him. So what about default? So from like starting distance. But this fast, you can. Maybe it can't. Maybe it travels all the way to them and then it cancels. And so it's just a matter of you got to be close. Okay, it travels all the way to them. All right, it travels all the way to them and then it ends right in front of them. That's kind of interesting. So then he's going to use these moves. Like, what's something that's not so safe? 2-1. So you go, and then you'll fuck it up. Maybe I'm not holding. Maybe you should hold back and block. 2-1. I'm going to tap it multiple times. Press and hold it. So why can you not cancel this? Forward. Maybe not on. Let's do 1-1-4. Can I cancel this? So 1-1-1-4. So you have to dial in that automatic 4-hit string. That third hit is for special canceling. Maybe same with what is it? 1-2-2-4. Forward 1-2-4. So you would have to do forward 1-2-2-4 and then cancel it. So I don't know if you can smoke cancel this shit on a string. Because look, I'm trying to use that to make it safe and it's not working. But then I'll do it right here. So I don't know if you can cancel from a string into his teleport and then cancel the teleport and continue your pressure. Like Cabal Run cancel. I don't know. Look, Vicious Vapors cancel. It doesn't seem to work. It's just doing it raw. Well, who the fuck is doing it raw? And if they do it raw, let me record him doing it raw and seeing if I can even challenge this. Play back this recording. And I'm just gonna hold block. Right? We'll make him do it again. So that's a counter. Not a punish. Counter. What? And I can just stick that out anyway. Like, that's kind of a weird thing. You're trying to, it's like, that's not a mix-up. You're trying to bait something that's totally unnecessary. Like, why would I want to go in? I mean, it's a movement option that's free. I don't think it costs any meter to do that. Because it shows me I have meter on refill. So if you need to get close to some knockdown opponent, I guess. Or if you want to combo off a cameo, like let's say you, what was the launch he had? He had, 3-3-2. I think I got him on block all. 3-3-2 is a launch. If you have some cameo, juggle, then you could do smoke teleport and move in on him, I guess. building combos is going to be so unique to what you like doing as a player and what cameo you use also. And then he's got what? So he has a lot of down back. He has down back 1, down back 2, and then he also has down back 4. He also has down back 4, and that's a low. It's a teleport low. I mean, it's a side switch low. What do I think? I think I'm more threatened by his overheads because they lead to combos. The only low that really leads to anything is his forward 3. His down 3 is kind of junky. His forward 3. He has a nice back 4 and a down 4. The timer's telling me I may have spent too much time on smoke. Down back, circle, and then smoke port cancel. Just to make you flinch in 10 frames that you're going to do absolutely nothing. Again, another dumbass gimmick. And then in the air. In the air. But that's the same, that's basically the same as on the ground. That's basically the same as on the ground. I think that I like his pressure. Some of his pokes I like. Back 2, forward 3. Some of these strings that are safe mids. Forward 1, 2, look at that. +2. I like that. His forward 4. So really, you're looking for his advantage stuff. Forward 1, 2 plus. Forward 4 plus. Forward 3. Safe low. Back 2. Safe overhead. So he actually has options to get in close and open you up with a combo starting hit and start something. I think he's going to be nasty to convert into combos. And I think his movement's good. Some of these supposed pressure strings are nonsense. They're very retaliatable, being, you know, -8 and whatever else. But I think overall he's solid, and I'm curious to see more. Smoke.